Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show's Game of the Week is coming your way. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the Atlanta Braves. And this is the rubber match, Siggy.
And these games can really shape your season, Boo. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. Just a little bit away from first pitch. Getting the nod in this one, Spencer Schwellenbach. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Siggy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
5 o'clock.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. Missed inside with the curve. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Liner, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Derek Jeter steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. There's a strike, 95 of that one. Shohei on the go. That's it for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. Ground ball right side. It's through for a hit. Here's Ohtani flying around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now it's the veteran outfielder, Ken Griffey Jr. In there at the knees. Runner on the move. Ground ball, Olsen. He steps on the bag. 1 out in the top of the first. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. Of course, a big piece for them is their DH, Shohei Ohtani.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
Aaron Judge, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to try to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Man at second. Now one missed.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And it drops in. The run comes in from second, and it's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
And here's Freddie Freeman. That's in for a strike. And that's in for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Mookie Betts now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. And it stays fair. Lead runner to second with 2 gone.
The third baseman, number 14.
First and second, 2 outs. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A 3-run dinger. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 5-zip. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
The batter now will be Will Smith. That gets by him.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Masataka Yoshida stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Grounds 1 to short. Arcia whips it to first. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. But not before 5 cross the plate, with the big blow being this 3-run homer. And the lead is now 5-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the hill today, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, Boog, something of interest to me is that this guy's really struggled when working out of the stretch, pitching with runners in scoring position. So the key for him is to attack hitters, try to get ahead in the count, and limit allowing runners on base. And if he can do that, I think that will help him to avoid those situations. Now, at some point, he's going to have to deal with them. And I think it's just one of those mental things that he's going to have to overcome.
Not in time. An infield knock to start the inning. Siggy, it looked like you might have beat it in real time, but that play was really close, so they want to take another look.
Yeah, this is a tough decision to make, Boog, and it feels like it could go either way, but it might be worth the challenge if there's any doubt at all.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Here's one more look. They called him safe, and I'm not sure that there's anything here to overturn the call. What about you, Siggy?
I don't think so, Boog. I mean, we need something obvious to overturn it, and I just don't see it.
So they've made a decision, and the runner is safe. The original call is confirmed, and that leaves them without any challenges the rest of the way.
Upon video review, the umpires have upheld the call of safe at first base.
So a man aboard. Stepping in, Michael Harris II. Went deep in the ball game last night. Pickoff move to first. Acuna dives back in.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score a ball in the gap. I'm so glad Yamamoto made the move to Major League Baseball. He's one of the most decorated pitchers to come out of Japan and finished his Nippon professional baseball career in style.
Drilled out towards left center field. Makes the grab, one down. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
Acuna dives back in.
Facing elimination and pitching in Game 6 of the Japan Series, Yamamoto pitched a complete game with 14 strikeouts and broke the series strikeout record held by Yu Darvish. What a way to go out.
Man at first, one away. And that's off the inside edge. 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
The 1-0. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. Here's Austin Riley. 2 for 6 so far in the series. And first offering is fouled off. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
On the ground and foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one ripped left field. And it one-hops the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Olsen around third. The relay to the plate, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. But they push across 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. End of the first from Truist Park. It's the Dodgers 5. Back here in Atlanta, top of the second. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Ohtani throws right, bats left. 30 years old now. Let's remember, a major part of his resume are those 3 MVP awards. That one missing inside. Next pitch off the plate. And that's ball 2.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Jeter now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a pop-up. Arcia makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Fought off foul.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Harris has a beat on it. Brings it in, and that'll do it. 1 left for L.A. They're up 5-1. And we're back. Now the left fielder, Jurickson Profar. Profar with a homer in his last game. Yamamoto back to work. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules?
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines. Well, that'll make you smile out there on the mound, or maybe pump out your chest a little bit farther. That's about as good of a backdoor curveball as you'll ever see. Right on the black, and not surprisingly, just locked him up in the box.
Ozzie Albies in the box now. No balls and a strike. Ball 1 there. Swings and misses. And a count 1-2.
1-2.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. One down, base is empty. Foul tip. Oh, that got our umpire. And it looks like it got him upstairs. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Up the middle. They got it for out number 2.
Batting eight, the catcher.
2 outs, base is empty. Sean Murphy next up for the Braves. And that one hammered. That's back. And it's gone. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they cut into the lead. It's 5-2.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way.
Well, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden, they're back in this ballgame.
So 2 away with nobody on. Orlando Arcia next up for the Braves. That's in there. That's strike 1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Next pitch is outside.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Yamamoto sends her packing. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. And first offering is fouled off. That one is upstairs. Pitch misses there. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Murphy fires to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call. He probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Here's Mookie Betts now, and it's fouled away. Turns and fires to Betts. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. One out, runner at second. Now the third baseman, Max Muncy. He's already homered in this game. Edge of the zone for a strike. 0-1. Betts, the runner at second with one away. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Movement in the bullpen. Bryce Elder, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Waldrop also throwing. Man at second. Not close with that one. Now 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 1 out and a runner at second. On the ground, right side. Albies over to first in time. They get the out on Muncy.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Will Smith to the plate. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. 2 outs. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really... That one ripped right center field, and no one can get there. Runner in from third to extend their lead. And he's there with a double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And up next for Los Angeles, Masataka Yoshida. That one's in there. Strike 1. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Two outs and one in scoring position. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. There's a strike.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Ground ball up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. No play. That's an infield single. So a man at first. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. That one misses, and that's ball one.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
And a foul ball. Nobody out. Runner at first. Fouled off left side. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Good job to fight that one off.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
That's a laser base hit. Junior gets it back in quickly. Runner stops at second, and the first two reach to start the inning. Here's Marcelo Zuna. Struck out swinging his first time. Just off the inside edge. That misses the zone, and the count is 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Fouls one off. 2-2. Line to left, and that's a fair ball. Coming home. One run across, coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and it's a 2-run single, and it's now a 2-run game.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Man at first, nobody out. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Matt Olson. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball.
You know, these Braves doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
He takes it on his own. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
The third baseman,
Here comes Austin Riley. RBI single his last time up.
Boog, I don't think anyone was shocked when Yamamoto signed with Los Angeles. He joins a long list of pitchers who signed with the Dodgers out of Japan, following in the footsteps of Hideo Nomo, Hiroki Kuroda, and Kenta Maeda.
Next offering is down low.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. High in the air, out to right. Judge pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
number 7, Jurickson Profar.
Now batting Jurickson Profar. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, and he just misses. Now one out to right. Judge is under it. He makes the grab, and that is the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 6. Welcome back, and now on the mound to start the 4th, Bryce Elder.
Well, they didn't get much length out of their starter in this one, so they've got a lot of outs to eat up in that bullpen. I think they'll look for some length out of him right here if they can get it.
So the batting order turns over. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a foul straight back.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. Looking at the numbers, they've got 4 hits when they're behind in the count. That says these guys are absolutely battling at the plate and just not giving up, despite what the count says.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
And now the shortstop, Derek Jeter. That's inside, and that's ball 1. Throw to first. Ohtani back in. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. Throws. Save. That's a stolen base. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. Ohtani leads off second with nobody out. Late on that fastball.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Struck him out of the foul tip.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
And now Ken Griffey Jr. 1 for 2. And that drops in for a strike. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Tattooed and gone. He nails one out to right. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-4.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Really great job of anticipation there. He knows he throws the sinker. That one down in the zone. You're trying to beat it to the spot it's getting to. Well, he won.
1 out, base is empty. Here comes Aaron Judge. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
1-0.
And now 2-0. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, pretty clear to me. He's trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
That one outside, and it's 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This ball's chopped on the ground. Zips it across. So they get the out after a long battle at the plate.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here is Freddie Freeman. Line drive, base hit. Around first and hustling for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman. Ground ball right side, but it kicks foul. Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
That one ripped. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Really turned on that one down the line, and that's a spot where there's pretty much never going to be a defender, even with the shift on.
Here's Sean Murphy. He's already homered here in this one. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Albies around third. He's safe. It's 8-5. Orlando Arcia. And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Yoshinobu Yamamoto departs.
Now pitching.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Lake Trinan.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
That misses the zone. 1-0. Ground ball could be 2. The throw to second. On to Freddie. Double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Junior.
So the lineup flips over. Now it's the right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's 2 for 2. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
And there's a ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that's a little bit high.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. Elder back to work. Right through there for a strike. Betts in his 11th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was selected to the All-Star game last year. Swing and a miss.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Just misses. It's 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Muncy stands in now and watches strike one. On the ground to short, and it's through for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away. And up to the plate is Will Smith. In for a strike, 0-1. Muncy, the base runner at first with one out. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If you can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
That's a ball.
The other way, but that's a foul ball. That one not close. And the count is 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Got him swinging.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. 0 for 2 in this one. And a foul ball. Two outs. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So the Dodgers leave one. They're on top by 3, 8-5. Back at Truist Park, now the number 2 hitter, Michael Harris II. That one down the line, and it hits the bag. But now he holds it first with a leadoff single. Little surprising he didn't try for 2.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Marcell Ozuna, the next to hit.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move. You know, these Braves putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
One down.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up, he'll find a hole.
And the batter now, Matt Olson. move to first, and he's back in there. First pitch just misses. The Dodgers leading by 3. On the ground, could be 2. 1 at second. On to Freeman. Double play. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We're through 5. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Braves 5. Back here in Atlanta, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Shohei Ohtani. And there's a strike.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
And the 0-2.
Oh. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he grounds 1 to the right side. And they get Ohtani for the out.
Now batting, the shortstop.
So digging in, Derek Jeter. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. Swings through that one.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Swing and a ball line to center. Diving, gets down, could be extra bases. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And he'll make it into third with a triple.
Gotta love the resiliency shown in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
The center fielder, number 25,
Okay, Mr. Misfit, but I ain't Mr. Fit in mine. This some rich shit by Gucci Pampers for my runs. I guess I'm much I knew my mind, but I knew one. I guess what they say about the mind, kinda true, huh? Turn everything away.
And that one hit to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
select number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout.
Now pitching for
New pitcher for the Braves, number 63.
And something to be aware of, the long ball has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Yeah, that's in for a strike. In the count, 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next guy to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
So runner at second, 2 down. And now the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. That one way inside. Man on second, 2 down. Foul ball there. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Dylan Lee, Bummer, warming up as well. And that's outside. Now 2-2. And that one lifted in the air center field. Harris makes the play, and that is that. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. And we're back. Well, we go bottom 6. Here comes Austin Riley. That clips the zone, and it's 0-1.
Well, and at bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Let's go, Riley.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
And next for Atlanta, Jurickson Profar. Yeah, that's fouled off. Trinan throws what a lot of people consider to be a power sinker. Throws it with serious velocity, but it moves a ton and it stays down. Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2.
And Boog, against a guy like this, you grab your backup bat out of the rack. You don't want to take your gamer up there because you know there's a good chance it's coming back broken.
What's the approach when you're facing a guy like this, Chris?
Don't look down in the zone because you'll end up chasing something that's out of the strike zone. Make him elevate the pitch because he's not as effective at the top of the strike zone. You got a better chance of having success.
Hit in the air, center field. Griffey gets under it. Squeezes it. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 1, second baseman.
2 down, base is empty. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Off the mark there. And it's 1-0. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. That one drifts inside. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 3-0. Outside ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over first.
2 outs, runner at first. Next to hit, Sean Murphy. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Albies leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Into center. and that'll fall for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out.
Now pitching for the
New
Dodgers,
pitcher for the Dodgers,
number
Tanner
66.
Scott.
Power slider guy, Boog. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
Now here is Orlando Arcia. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Excellent work out of the Dodgers bullpen there. 7th inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Braves 5. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. That one ripped but foul. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. And a curve is down and in.
0-2 curve right there. Hitter kind of expects that, and good job of just showing that confidence and trying to get back into this count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here comes Max Muncy. He's done some damage, launched a homer at his first at bat back in the first.
Yeah, that was a tone setter, no doubt. I mean, you can stomach an early solo homer, but a 3-run shot just doesn't go down quite as smooth.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And ball 1. That's outside. And a count 2-1. And a swing and a miss.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Throw on to Olsen, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, catcher Will Smith.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer, when you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown.
Riley fires to first, and they get the out on Smith. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here as they can't add to their 9-5 lead. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, center fielder, Michael.
And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. And that is out of play. Tap foul at the plate. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom of the seventh.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Junior makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Marcel.
2 outs, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. He swings and fouls one off. And it's even up to Ozuna. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Down in order go the Braves. They trail it by 4. It's 9-5.
Now pitching for
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Aaron Bummer.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
So digging. Dave Roberts turning to his bench for a new bat. Number 9.
Man, it must be nice to pull a superstar off your bench, huh?
And that is downstairs. And that is ball 1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Inside. And that's ball 2. Hard hit left side. The throw to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
now batting, designated hitter,
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. And first offering is fouled off.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Derek Jeter steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Derek Jeter.
The shortstop takes the ball. Base hit center field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Bummer checks over to first, and he's back. And now, Ken Griffey Jr. And he can't come up with it. Still fires to first. Third out. Now into the ball game on defense, Justin Dean. He'll be out in left field.
Justin Dean.
Here's Matt Olson down. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, number 86.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And first offering is fouled off. Just missed. Swings through that.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike three, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
That's off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
And a big swing and a miss. Line drive, and that's base hit out into center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Jurickson Profar. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Ripped on a line. Junior snags it for the second out.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. And that's in there for strike one. Riley off of first with 2 away. Pulls that one foul. The 0-2. That one ran inside, almost got him.
1 and 2.
That's out to center field. Makes the catch, and that is that. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Pierce Johnson. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here is Aaron Judge. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging, too.
0-1.
early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Pierce Johnson fires. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Well, you rarely ever see 3 curveballs in a row because that's one of those pitches that's most effective when you haven't seen it recently. You might see 3 sliders in a row, but right there, he was feeling that curveball and figured he could finish with that pitch.
Freeman, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. And that's in for a strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now batting, second baseman, Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie Betts.
Number 8, TK Hernandez.
And that one ripped to left. Profile puts it away for the out. And there are 2 outs.
The third baseman, number 13,
Max Muncy at the dish. And first offering is fouled off. Late with the swing there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
In the dirt. Johnson fires. That one inside. Look out.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Arcia under it. Drops into the glove. And that is that. Kike Hernandez getting loose there. He's now in the game at first.
leading up for the Braves, the catcher.
Also into the ball game, Miguel Rojas.
Now playing shortstop, number 72, Miguel.
Also entering the game, number 6. He's the new third
Now
baseman.
playing third base, number 6.
So they turn to their closer, Craig Kimbrell.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
And the first offering a fastball for a strike. Slice down the right side. Chop back up the middle. And that one handled. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Man at first, Orlando Arcia. Next up for the Braves. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
0-2.
Swings and misses. Well done behind the dish.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile off. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, but get back on track. His team needs him.
Acuna in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. Murphy stands at first with 1 out. Fastball catches the corner at the knees.
1-1.
Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. Swing and a foul out of play. The Dodgers leading by 4. We're in the last half of the 9th inning.
3 balls.
In the dirt. Struck him out swinging. Braves down to their final out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
Harris stands in here, takes ball 1 low. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers slug their way to a win in this one.
Well, this team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game, swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
Our final score here, 9-5. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. The